like we were just sent a strange book. It does have a really nice cover, though. Oh, Paimon's really curious. Let's read it and see what it's about.
Come watch, freaks.
Hello, dear guest. I have some good news. Put on a spectacular.
Whoa, hold up.
I know what you mean. So, it's quite.
Fair enough. That
The world within the. And all those who pass.
Ooh, is it a good luck? Ah, yep. Good point.
I assure you, there's nothing to be. If you're ready, you can step onto the world within the painting stage and see for yourself. As you embark on your new adventure.
name's Dia. I'm the merc you hired. So, what you got for me? A commission, a fight, armed escort? Whatever it is, you know where to find me.
The scenery here looks different, too. Oh, what should we do, Traveler? Please don't tell Paimon someone abduct... You're... Let's follow this path for now. We might be able to meet someone and figure out what this place is all about.
Oh, by the shade of a...
I didn't...
Let's...
Yeah, because I've got...
Not just a...
I haven't forgotten
You said it. This place is getting more... Anyway, for you. Guess we're not catching.
Excuse me, honored travelers. Did you come from the Cliff of Prophecy, perchance? Chubby? Who are you calling chubby? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Armand, and I'm an elder of the Forest of Blessings. I've been waiting here.
Traveler.
Pinching, you said.
We know for sure this isn't the world we're familiar with.
The hero from another world, supported by... Dearie me.
It's okay, really.
Let me think. Along the goddess, after the goddess of creation, came the final.
Whoa.
Of course. After that, they make their way to...
How it used... Oh, yeah.
Yes, this old brain came down.
Sounds terrible.
Terror doesn't... Good. Got it. Wet paper. Magic tonic. It was... Well...
Then we've got to act...
Oh, brave. Could it be?
Not sure how we...
Well, for now...
Whoa.
Oh, you betcha.
Well, then she said... Let me help you pack this up. Huh? That meadow over there looks pretty strange.
That's what the calligraphy tavern looks like. Now it's lost all of its color.
Yep.
This is the place. If you could just wait a moment.
Traveler! Paimon! Paimon knows that. It's really you! I'm so happy to see you! So Nilou is the forest fairy? Well, you... Thank you. It's the weirdest thing. I remember I was reading a book at the and in my dream, someone spoke to me. They said, "You are the fairy of the forest." At first, I thought this whole world was just part of the dream. But no matter how... Sounds similar to what happened with us. We also... Anyway, sorry for my reaction back there. It's okay, we totally understand. We were looking for...
Oh, blessed be the goddess of...
Grandpa Almond, thank you so much for bringing my friends here. Could you let the...
Of course. Leave it to... Hey-ho, pistachio. Today truly is a blessed day.
Wow, Nilou. Looks like you made short work of Well, when... Oh, so you mean like... Unfortunately, I don't know how to use the magic of this world. If the books stored in this hut are anything to go by, this seems to be... She folded the pages of books into... Maybe... I read them all. The incantation, abracadabra, means to create what... Okay, so basically... Yeah, from the other books I read, it seems like... So, what should we do now? Oh, yes. Got it! This whole thing is since I... And who knows? At least you're optimistic. Thank you.
The forest fairy is here, and she brought her companions. Grandpa Almond was right.
Hello there, everyone.
Oh, we wouldn't dream of troubling.
You should.
Yes.
Hey, I just wanted to inspect each pipe. This is the network the magic tonic has to flow through. I was just...
Yeah, and now.
Please don't fight. Yeah, we're here.
Well,
Attention to detail.
says the guy who messed up.
Oh, amazing! You did it!
Now the tonic. Oh, gotta say though, Paimon is starting. It's not greed. It's
Well,
Just...
just a sip. Promise. Okay, here it goes. What was that? Wait. Does that mean the goddess of fate used ink to compose her stories on paper? No wonder the tavern is so important to the. Maybe the fading disorder occurs when the ink within the body dries up. That would. Oh,
I'm not really sure I can really wrap.
What do you mean? Can't wrap your head around?
really?
Don't be ridiculous. There's no way you're.
Oh, fine. It was my grandfather, all right? He was the one. He said that one day after he finished in her hands.
Ugh, cut the theatrics, will you? You weren't even there.
Wait. So that's it?
Oh, so in your...
What? Magic.
That's enough out of you. All your boasting is
Oh no, it's all right.
The honor was all...
Traveler, Paimon, we should make our way to the next location. Wow, what a lovely surprise. Wow, what a lovely surprise. Huh?
Oh, Stream! Your rhythm is up!
Hello there. I hope we aren't interrupting your. Wait, these are the two frogs.
Oh, the forest fairy is here! For the love of love.
What?
Oh, don't pressure yourselves on my account.
Sure are. We've been... the Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, they do.
That...
Is there anything we can?
Oh, no. It's just... After the tavern closed,
You were our trump card.
I know, but...
So he is a victim of the fading disorder. Don't be sad, Mr. Stream. Please smile and patiently. We just need to help you remember how to sing, right?
Well, what do you say, Stream?
Are you...
Don't worry about it, Mr. Stream.
All right, then.
Excellent! Perfectly in time. No good. Your rhythm is off again.
feel like I'm...
Goddesses of...
Thank you, everyone.
Glad to hear that you're... We've got one final stop. Let's go. For you. Hup. 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 Wow, what a lovely surprise. Let me help you pack this up. Huh?
about to say.
Grow! Yeah! Here, let me start. Curiosity deserves a reward.
I'm watching Ludwig.
should cover food and rent for a while. Scry the sky. treasure is pretty exhilarating.
Oh, my dear Citron.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hazelnuts on Miss Citron.
I appreciate the kind words.
Are you alright?
Could you give...
The neck it.
Of course, they're... This doesn't seem quite right.
Wow.
Perfect.
So there really is.
Thank you so much, every...
That's another problem solved. Wow, what a lovely surprise. Relaxing days like this are nice. Let's take it easy.
The life of an adventurer certainly isn't easy.
What a lovely surprise. Yeah. Yeah. Let me help you pack this up. Wow, what a lovely surprise. Position. Hey. Shadows of... The doctor will see you now.
Mind the side effects.
don't. And then you have to just walk on. You know, then you have to just like leave them there. It's a very weird thing, and not to get too poetic or whatever, but anytime you visit a site like that, it's harder to get attached to. I don't know if y'all do this. I'll go to like a cemetery or memoriam site, and I just by accident will hyper focus on one name because I think it helps me sort of imagine, okay, if I were them, or if I knew them, what was this person like? You know, if it was a woman, it was a child, it was a soldier. Like I try to imagine what was their life like, and it humanizes it to me because you walk through the catacombs. It probably takes you about an hour and a half. And it's easy at the end to be like, well, that was good. Let's go get
Make yourselves at home. I see everything. Let me scrub.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Realizing context of everything that has come before me and will come after me. And I'm gagged that that's just there and it's open. The catacombs used to be something that only royalty and only government officials could go visit. You know, it was a sort of exclusive thing. It wasn't open to the public until I want to say, you know, the 1900s, the 1920s. And they would invite you down. You'd have to buy a ticket, I believe. And you'd have to bring your own candle. You'd have to have a candle to go walk through. There's no electrical lighting. That shit probably was scary as fuck back then. Damn! Shit! Holy shit! That was so scary. And if your candle went out. Holy shit! This episode is sponsored by
Zocdog.
You can also see their book and go to Philip Bolt when you. And at the very end, they bring you to this small area where it's this rotunda of skulls, and they've been arranged in a stratified like different lines. And they tell you that in the 1800s, a concert was held in the Paris catacombs. And it was invite only, about 100 people, and they were invited down into the depths of the catacombs. A 45-piece orchestra was brought down there, and they performed an array of songs, one being Frederick Chopin's Funeral March, another being Beethoven's Funeral March, and then another, I think, was some opus, something, but it's all like very creepy, haunting music. And they brought all these people down there, and they drink and laugh and listen to this music and smoke cigarettes and brought their own candles and then left. And that sparked something in me too, where I was like, is that so disrespectful to bring that sort of noise and chatter and fucking goofiness down there? Or is it like a... Because it's probably in this understanding or belief that the dead listen. Which, you know, say what you will about that. I think the dead listen. You're down there, and this is a final, eternal resting place. Okay? Silence. Eternal silence. Rest. After the chaos of what a human life is, however long, however short, the chaos that you are tossed into from the moment you're born to the moment you die, finally resting. And then for this cacophony to be brought down there. But then on the flip side, I'm like, but it's music. And it's music in honor of the dead, right? Like a funeral march. And it's bringing life down there to, I don't know if their intent was to honor the dead or if it was to be like, look at this creepy shit. I don't know. And so I don't know how I feel about that, but I just find it crazy that was someone who even had that idea. Like, you've been, these are invites, you've been invited to, just nuts. And so that had me thinking too. I was like, you know, imagining anytime I go to these historical sites and sat there, and thank God it's silent down there. And so I'm imagining the 45-piece orchestra crammed into here, and I bet it was beautiful. Like the music was beautiful, and I hope people were silent as they listened to it, and I hope that it honored the dead, and I hope that, you know, after they left, and that's what I was thinking of too. Is we leave. I bought my ticket to the catacombs. I go down there, you know, I read all the and was standing and listening.
I wonder
You sort
who
of
this
show
gift
your
could be
respect.
from.
And then you leave. And then they close at 6 p.m. And then the lights shut off. Until the next day.
Mind the side
Right? And then
effects.
Barney feels like, oh, if I was dead and my bones were being exploited like this, I'd be fucking pissed. Then the other part of me is like, what peeked through the keyhole into human history? And how this was, because, you know, one side of it is this is a heritage mass grave memorial for a wonderful reference to die and tragedy. And then the flip
I
side
wonder who
is
this gift could be from.
this is a preserved disease control. Like this is a peek into an executive decision that was made by someone back in the 1800s or late 1700s to control the outbreak of disease from all these rotting corpses that were polluting the water system. Like, the smell was awful, and I can't even imagine, you know, if you already have a problem with disease amongst the living, and then here are dead bodies that died of that disease, and they're just stuck there rotting in the fucking sun. This shit, which I'm assuming it's true. First attempts at, I guess, what we would call quarantine now, where if you were suspected of having the plague, and I'm not sure what the plague was in 1780. What was the disease? What disease was rampant
Cholera.
in Paris? Like 1780. Epidemic anthrax. What the fuck is a panzootic? Smallpox. I'm not. South America. That's nuts. I really don't know what disease it was. I mean, it was probably an amalgamation of a bunch of different ones, but I'm seeing bubonic plague, which bubonic plague was in the Middle Ages, like 1400s, but I mean, I guess it could have carried on. I don't know. I'm seeing typhoid, I'm seeing anthrax, I'm seeing leprosy, I'm seeing a whole bunch of different ones. But there was one that was rampant. That's not the originally limestone mines. That's right. That's what I want to say. The catacombs were originally limestone mines under the city of Paris. And they did so much mining that they actually ended up causing sinkholes because they were removing all the structural foundation under the city, and homes were collapsing. Homes were fully collapsing. So they had to go back in under there and reinforce it. And when they were doing that, someone had the idea to take all these, you know, fucking diseased bones, burn them, and then put them under there. At the time, many people believed that disease was linked to miasmas, or bad air, from festering cemeteries. Okay, so we're down there in the Paris catacombs, and they have this one. This is what I wanted to tell you. They have this plaque, this infographic, towards the end of the tour, that talks about all the visitors, you know, and the way that the catacombs have been publicized and sort of fallen victim to the tourist trap, the tourist economy of Paris. But at the same time, how rare and fantastic it is to look into the past in that way, through the lens of mortality, through the lens of death, through the lens of treating 6 million human corpses as if they're just lumber in a yard. I find it very, very hard to imagine these people under there just stacking bones. So there's this infographic, and on it says that there was a random anonymous visitor to the catacombs in 1809, and you could sign a guest book when you were there, you know, tell us about your visit, sort of thing. And in it, he wrote, "Today I visited the true temple of Christ." And I read that, and I thought, it's so zoom out of health. Zoom out of your life, of your job, your family, your hometown, your whatever, your daily little worries and qualms. zoom out and think of the country in which you live, and the year in which you live, and the time period in which you live. And then think about when your bones are decaying in the ground. Like the true temple of equality. It's true. We are all people in death. We are all people in death bodies. And to be stacked, literally
Remember, health comes first.
to your brother, to your in a way that through it all, at the end of it all, you are bones and bones. And what did you do with your life? And does it matter what you did with your life? Because in this ministry, they couldn't even identify that there's a different section that says supposedly, allegedly, maybe some of these really important French celebrities, for lack of a better term, might be buried here. One of them being Maximilian Robespierre, which was monumental to the French Revolution and how it ended up turning out. You think that Maximilian Robespierre might be in there, they don't know. Because that's the rate at which they were burning bodies and exhuming bodies, and there's just no care or method, honestly, to identify who these people were. I read that temple of equality, and I just ate my jaw. Because it's true. And it really gives me anxiety for some reason, but it also gives me such a warm, or I guess full sense of comfort. It's not warm, like, oh, you can say all about it, but it's this foreign sort of truth that the one unavoidable thing. What does Joshua Smith Warren say? There are two truths in life. One is everybody gotta eat, and two is everybody gotta die. That's literally how I felt that day. I was like, this is gonna be I have a skull. Like, we were talking about this skull. And I'm looking into it, and I'm like, that is, I have lots of threats, and I'm going to do that one day. Like when I started to... And then Guardian said, and that's what makes it precious. And so, leaving the catacombs, I'm like, it's terrifying. What can we do with the rest of our day? What can we do with the rest of our lives? It gives me such a fervor for life, such a desire to live. Also, if you think about all these people, children specifically, that didn't get that opportunity to experience life through adulthood, through the end. That was very interesting. Sleeping stones, that was hard. And all throughout the catacombs, there's different little plaques that are like, this is in memoriam of this event that happened. These are French revolutionaries, because they marked them. These bones were tuned between 1786 and 1789. These bones were tuned 1810 to 1811. And they're, in theory, all correctly marked, and when each new edition was added, they would engrave it in the wall, the year, the wall number, and who authorized it. Which is crazy, because there's just like names, there's just initials down there, and it's like, who was Bravo? Who was he? And what authority did he hold? In historical. But a crazy, crazy thing. Leaving the catacombs, and because our phones listen to us, I got fed this, I guess it's a poem, I guess it's just a phrase, I don't know who said it, and I wanted to Google it, but it came across my fucking TikTok feed, and I was like, holy shit. Because it's how I think I might have to get a tattoo, actually, and if you get a tattoo off of a TikTok poetry slideshow, would that make you any less of a human? No. Okay, and am I going to do it? And are you guys mad at me? This was the quote. From my rotting body, flowers shall fall, and I am them, and that is eternity.
Ooh.
From my rotting body, flowers will fall, and I am them, and that is eternity. Shit! Because that's all it's about. In the end, that's all it's about. That's all you want. That's all you are. It's just placeholder. We're just in the ground. And what is to be said about the natural way in which the earth absorbs? There's one thing we have in common amongst human beings, but across all different cultures, across all different areas of the world, and throughout all of human history, is funeral rites. There is some weird human compulsion to bury and honor the dead. Whether it's buried, whether it's burned, whether it's, whatever it is. It exists across all cultures. And if that's the most part of human, then, what a natural process of the earth absorbing you back and then taking your life force and putting it into other things. I mean, I'm not describing a new concept. This is just sort of my takeaway from the catacombs, is that ashes to ashes, dust to dust sort of thing. Anyway, we can move on from this, because the next note I had here was, had Parisian McDonald's and sprayed diarrhea like a fire hose. The next note in my thing here. So sorry about talking about death for too long. Sorry about all that. Just found it very, very interesting. If you are in Paris ever, please visit the catacombs, because it was I don't want to say harrowing, but it was a very existential experience for me. So, yeah, Parisian McDonald's, I did go ahead and spray shit out of my ass like a fire hose. It was some of the most violent diarrhea I've had in a long time. And Parisian McDonald's is bad. They're rude there. But you don't want to be working at McDonald's, so you're mad at me? Me, the big fat American, coming in, let me get Chinese shave, wee baguette. You guys got a mixed baguette here? You guys got a mixed macaroon? This diet Coke tastes like shit. Parisians do love a Coke. They do love a Coke Zero. That's a big thing in Europe. They like Coke Zero. Okay, you go in and ask for a Diet Coke, they're going to spit in your fucking face. They don't have Diet Coke. We're doing Coke Zero. And guess what? It's the same fucking thing. So, yeah, Parisian McDonald's, I would not do it. You know, some of the best McDonald's I've had in my goddamn life was Spain. Because Spain has those little croquettes. Spain has burgers with bones. Croquette. Spain sells ham and cheese croquettes, and they are so delicious. I'm just now realizing that for the large majority of this episode, I've been talking about Paris, and I've got the Irish flag up behind me. This episode might be an hour and a half long. I'm 2 Red Bulls deep. Okay, that was Paris. Caleb. Oh, I do love Caleb. The only reason I went was Caleb was like, you're going to be in Europe. Might as well pop over to Paris. And I was like, and so I met up with him. It was so much fun. I'm so blessed with the friendships I have in my life. Caleb is truly one of those people. Can I talk my shit for a second? Can I talk love into the universe and all my friends for a second? Caleb Heron is one of those people that makes me, I am lucky to be his friend. You know what I mean? Like, I am the truly lucky one to get the honor of getting to know him and have him in my life as someone that I can rely on, that I can call on. It is truly an honor of my life. I feel the same way about her and her whole family. Like, I am the lucky one. Caleb exudes warmth, and he is just truly, in a way that isn't like cringy. I really look up to Caleb as a person because he is everything that I think he should be. He is warm, he is kind, he is selfless. He would give you the shirt off his back. And he is fair. He is no stranger to a good time. Like, he doesn't reduce himself for anyone. You know what I mean? Like, he is very strong in his convictions, and he knows who he is and what he believes in, and he leads with love and life and joy and humor, and that is all I ever want to do. And I just really, I goddamn love him to death. I really do. So I met up with him and met some of his friends, which of course are just lovely. And we went to Kevin Morby's show, because he sold out the, who's it, Le Trevian. And so we went there, and it was so neat to sit here in this old as fuck Parisian concert venue with an entirely French crowd, listening to this American singer from Missouri, from Kansas City, sing on stage these indie folk songs, like borderline country songs. It was wild. And so we had a blast. We had a good time. And you know my ass, whenever I go to a different country or a different city for that matter, you have got to get me on the water. Get my ass on a river cruise now. Now! We did in Austin, you could do Lake Travis. You can do Lady Bird Lake. In Chicago, you do whatever that fucking Chicago River is. In New York, you can do shit there around the Statue of Liberty. You can take a little boat and circle around it. I have got to get my ass in a body of water. We did one in London along the Thames. We did one in Ireland, in Dublin along the Liffey River, and then we did one along the Seine in France. And it really suited you geography as well. Look at me down my body of water. And so we did that in Paris as well, and it was so much fun because they played bossa nova, and we got us a little Coke Zero, and we just, just being there with my friends. That's what life's all about. So, had a blast with Caleb. Now, I feel the need to sort of tell you guys about my Irish experience because, of course, ole, naturally, and via which to also celebrate. I think that needs to low. And you want to know how to cheers in Irish? Gaelic, also as you might refer to it, sláinte. Okay, that's what you're going to say. And the way that it was described to me is like, it's a lawn chair, a sláinte. Okay? This episode is sponsored by SeatGeek. Summer is officially here, and it's time for you freeloaders to get up. There's life to live and people to meet. After SeatGeek comes in, everyone can use my code Irish people are the kindest people alive. And some of you, if you're Irish, you might be giggling, but I mean that so seriously. The Irish people, it is an innate, and this is, let me talk about shit for a second. And so I was cooking on this on the fly. Southern American people, where Southern hospitality is a real thing, this need to care for your neighbor, and it's a genuine care. It's sort of a dying practice of genuinely having a relationship with your neighbors and being there for people that you don't know that well and having an innate desire to know more about your neighbor. That is dying as small towns are dying and as small communities are dying. And unfortunately, a lot of that comes from having a church community. That a neighborhood, a city is so familiar with each other because they see each other at church. These third places are going away. And y'all know how I feel about the church, whatever. But for better or worse, a lot of community-driven interaction is driven through the church in the South. And that sense of tight-knit, just genuine human kindness and care, I see it in Irish people. In a way that I don't see it in English people, because obviously. And when I'm overseas and I hear a Southern American accent, when I hear an Australian accent, when I hear an Irish accent, when I hear a Cockney accent, any of these English dialects that are not proper, one could argue it's not like received pronunciation, standard British pronunciation, and it's not the classic American accent. These sort of, where you can't leave the confines of your vernacular. what am I trying to say here? I guess code switching. When you're in a different country, you sort of have to have this ability to code switch from using your lingo, your slang words, your whatever, to a very basic and reduced form of English or whatever language you speak to be able to communicate, because it's hard, it's difficult. I mean, you're dealing with someone who English isn't their first language. You can't be throwing around slang words that only you in your town, you know, in your state know. It just, you have to have that sort of, anyway. I get a pang of sympathy when I'm in a country where people don't speak English is not the first language, and I hear an Irish accent, or I hear a Southern accent, or I hear an Australian accent where they can't. It's a sense of tied experience, I think. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is I feel akin to Irish people. And I started thinking about my family and like my grandmother, and if I were to drop my grandmother off in Spain and say get around, you know, and you're relying on the fluency of the Spanish people, how well they speak English, because my grandmother can't speak Spanish at all. You know, even her grasp on English is very southern. It's very contextualized within Texas. I felt this pull to Irish people, obviously for the fucking bullshit they've been put through. The history of Ireland, the great struggle of the Irish people, is very alive in that pride is very alive in their culture and in their language and in their interactions with people. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and it was so much fun because every person we meet, it was this inclination to chat. And that's dying as well. That is dying. And I'll speak on that firsthand because I live in Los Angeles. I don't talk to people. I don't talk to people standing in line at the grocery store. I don't talk to people that I don't have to. You know, at the airport, I'm not striking up a conversation. I'm not doing all this because I don't want to be bothered. And then I was like, that's so sad. Why is that my sort of homeostasis? Don't fucking talk to me. Anyway, Irish people don't have that. Irish people will talk to you, they'll talk to a brick wall. And I do love that about them. And then I have to convince myself, like, why am I getting annoyed? Why am I getting annoyed that they want to talk to me and learn more about me and ask me where I'm from? I'm not from here. Like, and I should be taking this opportunity to learn more about them. Okay? And so once I sort of broke through that mental wall, I really enjoyed it a lot more because it reminded me of home. And so we're there, we're doing, we did the Guinness Storehouse, which was a lot of fun. We did the Viking Splash Tour. Again, get my ass in a body of water, brother. You gotta get me out in the middle of the Liffey. Put me on that motherfucking boat, middle of the Liffey. And then give me these Viking hats, because Ireland, just like the majority of Northern Europe, was at one point victim to Viking raids and pillages. And there's a deep Viking history in that whole area. The way that the history of the Roman Empire is through that whole area, because empire and because conquest, okay? So they took us on this Viking splash tour where they drive you through the city on one of those duck boats that turns into a boat. So the wheels like go into it and it turns into a boat, and there's like life rafts all around it. They made up for a life raft. And so we get on the boat and they're driving us around and telling us the history, and there's still remnants of Viking history. There's still remnants of the war. All different types of war. The 1916 uprising, the fucking World War I, World War II. Like, that shit's there. These are bullet holes from 1916. What the fuck are you talking about? That's nuts to me. Oh, I love that shit. Oh, my God. You know, I will say one thing I regret. We were only in Ireland for like 5 days, and I did a show there. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who came to the London and Dublin shows. What the fuck? Yeah, one thing I do regret, because we were only there for 5 days, and one of them was spent working. One of them we just had a nap day. We just rotted all day in bed because we needed it. I was so tired. So we only had like 2.5 days of real touristy stuff. One thing I regret not doing is I believe it's called the Jeannie Johnston. It's a ship that you can go on that's part of it tells the story of the famine. And there is a separate famine museum. And there's memorials all around the city of Dublin that I really wish we had gone into one of the museums, because by the time we would get our asses out of bed and go do stuff, it was like 2 p.m. Shit closes at 4. I was like, oh. Because I really wanted to go, next time I'm there, I'm going to do that. Well, the next time I'm in Ireland, I'm going to do a sort of clockwise tour. Like, hit Cork and Galway and Belfast and whatever, and we'll sort of be there for a longer period of time. But, yeah, I really wish we'd done that, because it is integral to the history of Ireland and how they're survivors. You know, it's a people of strength, and they've just been through so much, and Irish pride is so real. You know, if you are at the hands, suffering under the hands of the British colonial empire, of course there's a pride there of having stood up for, I mean, those of us brave enough to have been true revolutionaries. It's a really, really neat thing to visit these sites and read their names and read their stories. It's really, really cool. But the Viking Flash Tour hit on major, I would say, histories of Ireland, and it was so much fun. It was fun. We had a great tour guide. His name was Kenny. If you do the Viking Splash Tour in Dublin, Ireland, ask for Kenny. You better hope and pray to God that Kenny's your tour guide. I was genuinely cracking the fuck up. When you do those cheesy, touristy, whatever, it's always like, and if you look to your right, Big Ben. You know, and if you look to your left, Parliament. Now, moving on, there's a, you know, it's that sort of boring vibe. He had us laughing genuinely, and it's that sort of dad grandpa humor where a lot of it's like gotcha, or it's stories that never happened, it's stories that are punchlines. Oh my god, I was having a fucking blast. And so we drive around the city. Finally, we go into the river, and then he drives us through the river, like giving us a tour of all the architecture. And there's a cool museum on the water that, or is it like an opera house, something like that, on the water that was so cool. And I just had a damn blast in Ireland. I cannot wait to go back. We were not there for long enough. We spent more time in London. I've been to London plenty of times before, but in London, we did a 10-river cruise, of course, because have to. And then we walked around. I don't know what the fuck we did. I can't remember. Oh, we ate shoe. Because guess what? The national dish of England is, you guessed it, chicken tikka masala. Because why? Colonialism. Because why? The British East India Treaty. That's what it's called. And there was also a Dutch East India Treaty Company. British East India Treaty Company. East India Company. Joint stock company founded in 1600 and dissolved in 1874. It was formed to trade in the Indian Ocean region, initially with the East Indies and later with East Asia. All this is so nuts to me, because you know what? I will say one thing I regret in my life is in school. I am privileged enough, and I mean I'll say this without any, you know, whatever. I was privileged enough to go to a great high school. My parents relocated us halfway through high school because my dad got a different job, and I ended up going to a high school that was so clean and nice and had great teachers, and I was afforded the opportunity to do like AP classes and take the AP test and, you know, test out of AP credits in college. Just access to a really great education, and I'm so privileged and grateful for it. But one thing I regret is in high school, I spent way more time focusing on theater and mock trial and my job. I worked at Baskin Robbins because I wanted money. Hello, I needed Popeyes money. After school, every day I'd go to Popeyes and Sonic. Anyway, I focused a little more on that and my friendships, naturally, as a teenager, than my studies. And so, because it sucks walking through these incredibly important historical, like, grave sites, or, like, historical wars were fought here. Corpses laid here for things greater than you could ever imagine in your small fucking American life. And walking through these places, and I'm like, if I had only paid more attention. And it's never too late to learn, let me say that. Never too late to learn. But I'm kicking myself, and I regret it, that in high school I had access to such great education with teachers who gave a fuck, and I didn't take advantage of it. And I didn't retain a lot of it. I took AP World History, AP European History, I took AP Art History. And while yes, something sparked my interest and took my attention, like the Renaissance and like that sort of more art movements, there's no art movements without history. And there's no art history without normal history. So I'm walking through these places and I'm really regretting, like, I remember Maximilian Robespierre, but I don't remember what the fuck he did. Or I know about Napoleon, but I don't remember the full history of it. And we're walking through the same fucking city streets that chariots used to come down, like just so much history that I can't fucking remember. So I was kicking myself. And it also with Ireland, I'm like, you realize how small-minded Americans are and how limited, honestly, even if I had access to a great education in America, how limited the American education is, because we are cursed to see history through the lens of the victors. Victors write history, not the losers. And so hearing about all this, and like we learn about the Civil or the Revolutionary War from the American perspective, of course, but they don't teach that in England. And so it's all that shit. It's like, okay, well, that's a separate issue. Man, I'm fucking yapping today. I don't know what the fuck I've been talking about for the last hour. Holy God. Anyway, the American education system has its flaws, clearly. But at the same time, I wish I had paid more attention, because now that I'm a fully functioning adult, this frontal lobe is as developed as it's going to get. Oh my God, I watched this thing laying in bed when Katie and I had our rock day in Ireland. For some reason, I got a TikTok that was about, like, American propaganda through the years. And I was like, what an interesting concept, because it hasn't gone away. It's just changed shape. It's just changed its form. And so I went on YouTube. Oh, not the other. I went on YouTube, we laid in bed, and I watched American propaganda through the decades. Someone had made this compilation video, and it started with this shit in the 50s, 60s, where it was during the Red Scare, and it was during McCarthyism and the sort of, like, where Americans were terrified because the government told them to be terrified that communism, was going to come for us all and it was going to kill us all, and it's the downfall of society, fucking whatever. This was during that, and it was teaching Americans, I say that in air quotes, how to spot propaganda when they see it. And I'm thinking, that's rich, because this whole video is American propaganda in of itself. I love this shit. And so they were showing us, like, Soviet, Russian, fucking whatever, and here's how they're talking about Americans overseas. They did a poll. What do English, Italian, German, this, whatever, think of Americans? It's all these different countries talking about how Americans are greedy, stupid, insolent, like, idiotic, fat, just all these things. Oh my God, wait, I wish I could pull it up. Let's pull it up. This is it. Oh my God, How to Recognize Propaganda. Cold War era educational film circa 1957. Some of the best film archives on YouTube. About 26 minutes long. This is the big picture. Watch this if you want later. This shit is crazy. They start reading out all these different ways that people overseas describe Americans, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. True. Okay, true. True. And that's not to say other countries don't have their, quirks and mannerisms and fucking whatever, but Americans, yeah, of course I'm hypercritical of me and my national identity through the lens of other countries, because they're right. This was fucking 70-something years ago, and they were right, and they're still right, and it's just gotten worse. So that was nuts. Okay, I think that'll do it for me today, guys. I'm gonna literally end this episode, record a second one, because I got shit to say. If you are not registered to vote, go register to vote at headcount.org, and just, guys, no comment. Just no comment. If you don't have Broski Report merch, go get some if you want it. It's at broski.shop. We also have Booze nightgowns, okay? High quality Southern Grandma nightgowns. Go get them. Broski.shop. We also, what the fuck else is going on? Happy Brat Summer to all who celebrate. And new episodes of Royal Court coming soon. Love you guys. Fuck off. Sorry. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Oh my god, yeah, I can't believe they met Gypsy Rose.
She like was at the iHeart Music Awards the other night, and on stage she shouted out the first guitar, like rock electric guitar player ever, and Act 1 was like whatever the hell you would call that, gay music or whatever.
Whatever the hell you would call that. You mean her ode to ballroom? Like,
yeah.
whatever the hell that gay stuff was, I don't know.
No, and then Act 2, country. Act 3, rock with some like. I imagine if this like would make me so sad, but this would be the most iconic shit ever if Act 3 was like Sasha Fierce almost, and it was like her ode to herself for like starting this like whole movement. But like I can't, like she's the girl, like I love her. Tell me why we low-key knew Beyonce was releasing a country album 4 years ago.
Yeah, me too.
But we literally somehow knew, but we didn't believe it at the time. We were like, yeah, fucking right. No, she's not. But like, it turns out she was.
I know we have friends in the music scene who were telling us about it, and I was like, that sounds so random. And then when it actually got announced, I couldn't fucking believe it because I was like, damn, they were telling me the truth. Why do I think everybody
3 years ago? Yeah, I swear to God, I was thinking about that the other day because I was like, oh my God, like I need to order something off of line or off
of line.
Need to order something off the line, and I was thinking about like how like I put a lot of trust in these people to actually say they're shipping what I'm ordering, and then it started making me spiral, and I was like, I'm not buying that because like what if they don't send me shit? And I'm just like was like, oh my God, why can't I trust people? Like what is wrong?
Okay, that like makes me fucking crazy. That's like something a random scary website. That's like a thought you had in like 2010 and it made sense. But to have that thought in like 2024, so crazy. Like, what if they don't even have the stuff at the place and the. But it doesn't make that irrational because it still happens. Like I literally. I ordered a fucking record off of, what is it? It's like Hot Merch, Bar Merch. It's some fucking website that sells, like legitimately sells vinyls and stuff.
Maybe it's poop, but
I never got my fucking record, and I should have known it was too good to be true because it was a rare ass record that was only being sold for $30, and I was like, oh. And then it never came, and it was supposed to come from fucking Kansas, and I know some fucking old ass motherfucker posted it and then probably died.
How much was it?
It was like $30.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, but I want my money back.
If it's too good to be true, it might be true.
You were right. There was something
I don't think that's the same.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, babe.
Oh.
Traveler, hi, Mom.
Cut that, cut.
Look at that.
What the fuck?
Oh, scared the shit out of me. Fuck you.
Wait, what happened?
They have a Ring camera in here, and they just made the alarm system go off. Could you hear it?
Yeah, I heard like it sounded like
The
it
screech.
sounded like an RC car riding across the desk.
Yeah, it really does.
I want to go back to, and you were saying like art is subjective, and I totally agree. Like, oh, some people like Rothko, some people like Jeff Koons, and like I like stuff like this.
How many do you...
Art is subjective until I see that shit, and I'm like, y'all are fucking weird.
Yeah.
I like stuff like this.
I literally saw, Kai, this thought come into your head when we were talking about it. I saw you smile, and I was like, what is he cooking up, bro?
I know. I went to the Bored Ape store today.
And, like, we've been a couple times, too. The weed shop.
It's down the street from where I get my lobotomy, and I was like, because I know that store's going to go out of business. Like, there's no way that it exists.
Yeah.
2 months. And I was like, I need some ape water. But I walked up, and I kid you not, there was like a security guard there, and he was just like, you don't belong here. And I was like,
Yeah.
around in the popular.
Ape water, I have 2 of the ape waters. I like art like this.
First you do this.
Or
this, and then
like this.
it's done.
Yeah, that's the same picture.
Wow.
It's the same thing as cancer just off.
There's so many bad ones that I'm not gonna subject.
I like your fan edit that you sent me.
Oh yeah, I collected all of those and then put it into a video editor and then made a GIF out of it and sent it to Kai.
Of course.
I think you can assume what
Still
happens.
get nervous at
He
times.
takes his face off and jerks off.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm seriously wrong with you.
I'm sorry, he's a baddie.
Um,
I agree.
well, the other night,
No, this didn't happen. No, not even one thing happened. How about that? Bye. Kai, get the fuck out of here. Leave now. 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 Hey, y'all. This is true. Fuck, that closet has been open the whole time. Guys, watch this. I'm gonna be in the closet.
Forest, may your spring.
Surprise! Well, the other night I was freaking the fuck out because if y'all don't know, I still don't have a car because I'm picky and I want a vintage car, but I'm too lazy and I'm just a girl and I don't trust myself to actually be able to maintain a vintage car. And one of my friends in New York has a really nice vintage car, and like he gave us the Volvo. And a bunch of us like got a ride from him, and I was standing outside of my friend's apartment with them and staring at the car, and I was having the craziest moment where I was looking at the car and I was like, bro, cars are literally how real. They were fucking gangs. Like, they were so weird, and like, I wish I was an animal to see the way humans move, because I think I would be freaked out, because I was looking at that car and I was like, they literally made toy versions of this car. And that's how much it's not a real car. Like, you can't find a toy version of like a Toyota Camry from 2010. Unless you can, and I just don't know. But like, all the cars are such gadgets that they made toys out of them.
Like, if cars were clear, this is what we would look
It
like.
matches the scenery of the forest.
Wait, why do my
perfectly.
forearms look huge right
I
They
remember now.
It
was me, the hero who shall save this
Oh,
world.
whoa.
That's why I was.
If not you, actually horrifying. They're literally just death traps. Think about
Yeah, the way they tumble, bro. Like, are you fucking serious? Why do we get in this? But I love driving. Oh my god, actually, I was driving another friend's fucking car recently to go meet up for coffee, and I borrowed that friend's car, and I parked it, and it's like a nice vintage car. So I park it, and I'm walking, and I like get past this guy. So like we're like this far apart, like we're like maybe like 5 feet apart. I've already passed him, and I just hear. And I was like, what? And I turned and I was like, what? And then he was like, that's just a really cool car. And I was like, oh, like, thanks. And then he goes, before I could like say what I was going to say, which is like, oh, it's not mine, I'm borrowing it. He goes, but you probably just have a really cool life. So,
aww.
and looked down, and then I like, I
That's
felt
Riz.
so bad. I was like, that was like the most
That's high Riz.
ever. And then I just like turned and I was like,
Hi.
oh yeah.
Get in here and do that Riz. That's so Kai Riz.
What was the risk? Sorry, I was drinking.
Drinking what?
Alcohol.
Oh my god, bro.
Dude, it is literally.
What was the riz?
Okay, so the scene is you going to rehab and asking for help.
Yeah.
So I'm in rehab.
Hey, Kai, you literally do look good right now.
Really?
Yeah. You actually do. I'm not even.
Is I was borrowing my friend's vintage, like, nice car. I parked it and I walked past this dude who was just like standing on the sidewalk smoking. I got like 5 feet from him, and then I just heard it. And I was like, what? What happened? And then he was like, that's a really cool car. And then before I got to say, like, oh, it's not my car, he goes, but you probably just have like a really cool life. And like looked down and away from me, and I was just like, oh.
That is so Kai-coded.
I was like,
But did it work though? But did it work?
no, bitch, because I was like, it's not my car. It's my friend's car. And then he goes, oh yeah, I was going to say, because, like, it's so nice. I was like, yeah, it's definitely, like, my dream is to have, like, a full vintage car, but sadly, if I'm like, yeah. And then we just stood there, and I was like, okay, have a good day. And then I just turned around and like walked away really fast because I didn't want to keep talking to him.
Okay, if I was a man in that situation, I simply would just not talk to the girl. Period.
I just want to see if our hands are the same. Oh wow. Yeah,
They are like literally the same size. I might be a little
Ew,
smaller.
that's hybrid. He's still doing that middle school shit. Like,
Guy sent me something today, and it was wear my hug at son or look how small my hands are, daughter. Which one are you choosing?
I'm still choosing look how small my hands are, daughter, because I feel like she can grow out of that. I feel like if you're a where's my hug at son, you will be that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, where's my hug at son? Literally in 7th grade, realized that they were a loser very early on, and the only way they were going to be able to touch boobs is by getting hugs. Because your boobs, when you hug us, we can feel your boobs.
Okay, okay.
It's fucking hot. Hey. Side hug going from now on.
Yeah.
I get a boner every time I hug in you. Guys, our last episode. Yeah, we really don't. I was a few times. Our last episode, that's restricted.
Yeah, and this one probably is too because you're talking about jumping off the fucking up and down and going to the like.
Jesus, we're blurring that. Yeah, I think that. But we're blurring that. We're blurring that.
But okay, so we need to hug twice a day. We need to hug in the morning and at night. Because did you see that thing that was like, oh, hugging makes you happier? Y'all are jerking up to him.
That's my man. I see it. That's like one of those like ones that could work. Dude, no. I could make that shit work.
Why would you though?
Because he's a sweet old man.
What does that have to do with you having sex with him?
At movement.
Oh,
it doesn't.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, my name is Drew. Hello, my name is Drew. Hello, my name is Drew.
I feel like I'm like in a, like, you know, during COVID when people who had to go to like rehab and shit had to do their apology calls over Zoom. That's what I feel like I'm doing. And you're like still not there to apologize yet.
They just copied my laugh. Hello, my name is Drew.
Dude, that doesn't sound like anything does. Well, I was at a karaoke bar with a bunch of friends, and like we had been there all night. We were the only people in there. And then this guy and girl came in together, and like they were like sweet. I just assumed they were a couple immediately. And the bartender was like, "Oh, there's only room for 2 more songs." So we're like, "Oh, we should give them the 2 songs." But one of my friends was drunk and just like really trying to finish her song, and I was like, "Bruh, stop fucking singing. Give this couple their song." Because then one of our friends had spoken to them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he lives in Colorado. He's going back tomorrow. It's our last night together." And I was like, "Oh my god, this is so sad. Like, give her the fucking song."
Yeah.
Bitch, tell me why they got a song and he picked Jolene. And in that moment, I was like, "Oh, they are not fucking dating." Like, he was belting at Jolene.
Yeah, he was saying it with his fucking chest.
All of us were like, "Oh my god, this sweet couple." And then he did Jolene, and then she did Innocence by Avril Lavigne. And we were like, "Bro, they're the gayest people I've ever seen in my life." And then we spoke to them, and they were like, definitely not dating. And that just goes to show not to judge a book by its cover.
Period.
That's my story.
Because a lot of people would see us and be like, "Oh, Drew's gay, she's scary," but no, we're together. And
scary. We can date even though you're gay. I don't care.
I'm not.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, I wouldn't care.
You literally are the nice person.
Yeah, I'm super nice and chill. Like.
Okay. So, and yeah, there's some I don't know what type of news this is. It might be good or bad. I'm curious to see the way you react to it because I had a very mixed reaction. The movie that we auditioned for that got canceled got made.
Really?
Yeah, what?
Because you said this has gotten a mixed reaction.
No, I meant internally, like my.
Dude, I really will never forget us thinking that. Oh, this is like.
When was that? Was that like years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 years ago.
And Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
How do you say that? It's like pandemic, Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato is pan.
You said, why don't people say that?
Yeah, I ate.
I don't know. Well, I think the movie just isn't going to be good because they didn't cast us. And they didn't even say anything to us about our tape. So.
I'm gonna go to the screening, the premiere, and take a bunch of fentanyl.
No, we're gonna do like that Madison Beer clip where she's like, I was supposed to be in
supposed to be there, but I was
doing podcasts and college shows, so we couldn't make it.
the thing with that, like, Madison Beer saying, "Oh, I was supposed to be in it." Like, I believe her. Like, she was supposed to be in it, and this narrative has spread that she just made that up. But no, Madison Beer is that girl and has always been that girl. She was probably supposed to be.
Yeah, I believe she was gonna be in it, but it's still one of the
so funny. The narrative that did spread made it 10 times better. Like that, it's like one of the funniest things ever. Thinking about someone just lying that they were going to be in an Ariana video.
That's me. Damn, time flies when you're talking to your girl.
Yeah, time flies when you're catching up.
Well, I just thought thinking about the big hat. Like, I'm not kidding. I love the big hat. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm gonna get Elsie to send me this clip because she sent me the clip from the day we bought the big hat, and Kai, you're in it because we FaceTimed you to show you the big hat, so we can insert it. I love the big hat, and I got myself a big hat. Like, it's not a big hat, but it is my big hat.
You have it?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, yeah.
In the last year, this is in the last my big hat, but I think it's cute.
No, is it like the Celine one?
It's like a big hat.
Let me fucking see it. Let me fucking see this shit. Thank God it's just a boy. Should we crack a beer open?
Yeah, I'll crack another one.
Sorry, I forgot. I'm gonna crap myself. I'm gonna crap my pants.
Really?
I just can't stop crapping.
Can you pull your wiener out? Just really quick, but...
Yeah, we gotta go. Yeah, no, I'm leaving.
You can't even hear me. Drew, please come back.
Y'all are gonna make fun of me. I'm scared to show my big hat. Wait, where's Drew?
I said something and it like freaked him out, so he left.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't even know what I actually don't know what I said.
I'm scared of y'all
Are
making
you done
fun
misbehaving?
of me.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, what?
Yes, Daddy.
Alright, Annie, let's see your big hat.
I'm scared y'all are gonna make fun of me, bro. Y'all are gonna make fun of my big hat.
If it's comfy, I won't, but if it's not. Oh, it's not big. It's like cute. It's like Parisian, like, is it Margiela? It's giving Margiela kind of like deconstructed.
The thing is, if I don't push it down, it's like really good.
Okay, that's big.
So I have to like squish it down and like.
Giving like hook when you pull it up, or it's giving Mario for some reason. No, this is weird. Okay, that looks good. Yeah. What is it?
Nick Jones. Oh, motherfucker.
Jones on third?
It's by Stephen Jones, who's like an iconic. I had to look it up before I bought it. Because I was like, I'm not about to spend money on a hat. That's like stupid. But the designer is like an iconic designer who's helped like a lot of brands make all their big funky hats. So who knows? Maybe he helped make the big hat that made me happy.
Oh, yeah. No, this is cute. It's like giving very, like Russian, like fur hat. Like, it's not bad at all. I wanted to make fun of it, as you can tell. Like, I wanted to hate it.
I was scared. I was going to wear it the whole episode, but I was like, bruh, if I get on and they start making fun of my big fucking hat, I'm going to be pissed.
No, I would never make fun of your big hat.
Well, I was at Dover Street Market and I saw a little Uzi bird and I felt like I was watching a cartoon character run around.
Did you say hi?
No, because I'm terrified of him.
I can hear that.
No, he was really nice. Like, he was like saying hi to everybody, and then it was actually so funny. The employees were like, bro, he's been here 3 times this week, and sometimes like he hasn't gotten anything, but he just comes and runs around for a second. And
You know.
And I was like, that sounds like the most amazing thing I've ever
I
heard.
want his fucking brain chemistry so bad. I want Playboy Cardi's brain chemistry. I want Little Uzi Vert's antics. I want... That's really all I need.
Drew, have you seen his car? Oh, Phil, we were talking about this. Little Uzi Vert's car. It's like a huge on the earth. Yeah.
It's a what truck?
It's like a big armored truck. Like, have you guys played?
Oh yeah. It's like It's like $300,000.
Yeah, it's like a militia truck.
It's got like the N logo.
It's cool too.
Yeah, and it can like blow smoke and like gas out an area so it can escape and shit.
It's literally like a truck that they use in the home, but you can drive it in the streets.
Wait, guys, do I have aura?
Mindless side of
Like,
No.
you have like a pheromone-based aura that like kind of disturbing.
Like
how some animals like send out a spray to scare other people or like animals. That's what you have.
Yeah, it's for sure. No, like if you saw me, like, would you say like, oh, like he's a vibe, or would you kind of be scared of me?
100%. You guys both have aura.
Yeah. Guy, you have aura.
And yeah. Do you agree?
Yeah, you have aura.
Oh, okay.
Wait, okay, guys, I'm gonna show y'all how to read your own aura color. I found out a new method, and it actually is very easy. So grab your finger and hold it open like this. Okay, keep open it more. And then slowly, so point it at the wall. And now slowly close it, but don't touch it. And look between the gap. And then once you see white, like once you see a white outline on your fingers and it gets stronger and stronger, I forget what to do. Oh, you can, whatever. But you can see it's blue, it's white. You got them.
I can tell when you learn something on TikTok. Like, I can just tell because it's not something you've done before. Like, you haven't done this in your own time. You just saw the video and, like, tried to remember it.
This one I've always done. This is like, I literally can see my aura.
Didn't we go and get our aura? Why did we do that?
We got that picture where you put your hands on the pods and then it takes pictures of you with the color all around you and it's just fake.
Why did we do that?
Because the pictures were pretty. They were like printed Polaroids.
I'm gonna go get that and the colors to what I want my aura to be.
But the thing is, in those pictures in there, we were eating down. Like, we both...
No, the fuck I wasn't. I looked like shit in that picture. That's why that shit never got posted.
Really?
I looked bad. Yeah, I looked like not good.
I
Like,
thought
they
you
didn't give me a heads up. They didn't have the camera at the right angle. They shot kind of from below. I looked really scary in that picture.
Babe, you look the best to me when you think you look the worst. What does that say about you, and what does that say about me?
That sounds like you're a fucking tryhard and you're a liar.
No. We have mold in our bathroom.
Bruh.
I'm not kidding. I bet if we took the fucking bubbling out paint chip off the wall, we peeled it back, and we looked back there would be mold growing. I get sick every time I go in there. Every time.
I already said this to Drew, but he gets sick when he goes in the bathroom because he lays flat in his bed for 12 hours a day. And he can't eat so much, so he's lightheaded and undernourished and hasn't had water. Then he finally gets up to go pee after holding it for 8 hours.
Did I tell you about that? Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, what?
Okay, this is tea. So, sure, two things really quick, and then we can wrap this episode up. But one thing, so you know my reusable straws? So I, didn't have a straw with my Wingstop. So I grabbed my reusable straw and shoved it into my Dr. Pepper. Sucked up, and it was globular, and it was like puffy. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. I spit it into the sink. Little straw in it had black mold growing in it, and I just sucked it up. And you know what's crazier? It was it tastes like hella good. And I spit it out, and I like looked inside all of our reusable straws, and I held them up to the light. Black mold growing in every single one of them, so I went through and threw them all away because I was like, I'm not doing. I tried to clean them, and I just was like stuck to the metal walls. It was not metal. The smoothies. Okay, the other thing is the day before something big coming in about me. I'm sure you can infer what it was. I did it below. Like right when he left. The morning of, I woke up like hella early, like even early for like when I'm like way up. And like I didn't even realize how early it was, and I started doing my routine. And I like go to the bathroom. The first thing I do every morning is I take a big piss. I drop a big pee load, and I was so tired. I was so tired that I sat down to pee this morning. Because, like, you know, that's a fucking vibe sometimes. It's like sitting and pissing in the dark. Like, I don't want my eyes to burn. Like, it's a vibe. Like, we can live. Like, I'm a man. I have to pee.
Why do you have to, like, defend the routine?
Because, like, as a man, you know,
Hey, it's okay. I sit in pee too.
I only sit in pee. I never went to a standing kids. Yeah, it is more ergonomic. It makes more sense. But anyway, I sat down to pee, and like, I'm peeing and I don't notice anything, and then I start thinking, and I'm like, damn, this is like a big piss. Like, this is like going on for a very long time. And like, I'm like now aware of it, and I'm like, whoa, like I am peeing like a lot, like more than I have ever peed ever in my life. Like it went on for like 3 minutes. Like it was a long big pee. Like it was forever, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I like got up and started texting Josiah because I was like, it's funny. Like I was like, I took a big piss, like whatever. And I stand up, and I don't pull my pants up yet. And I immediately like have the worst like standing up too fast feeling I've ever had. And I stand up and I'm like, whoa, and I go to start like washing my hands and I'm out of it and I start literally losing consciousness. Like, you know, when your body is like vibrating and like your vision starts tumbling, I started losing consciousness and I was aware enough to not fall forward. I literally, and yet took a step back from the counter, collapsed back into the door and rolled down on the wall with my pants around my ankle, and I literally fell and I was like braced like this on the ground, and I was like literally, I'm not kidding, my chest started like twitching, like my chest muscles, like, you know, when people get...
Were you having like a mini stroke?
Dude, I literally think, like, when people get knocked unconscious, like, their body's twitching, my whole chest was twitching, and, like, I was fully conscious, not fully aware, but I was, like, conscious hearing it, and I, like, literally, after it stopped and it started coming back through, I just started, like, diabolically laughing, because, like, the scene in my head was, like, a camera in the corner filming me, and I literally did the Wendy Williams thing, where I just, like, dropped and my pants were around my ankle and my bare ass was on the floor. I was like twitching. And then I was like really like contemplating going to the doctor or going to the hospital. But I didn't because I had obligations and I wasn't about to back out of them because like
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like the thing you did.
But yeah, I literally collapsed on the floor of the bathroom and like started fucking genuinely weeping. It was crazy.
Well, I've been in good health recently, so thank you for all your comments. People saying that may God take away all my bad and negative and through because I can feel it happening and I can feel myself being healthy and good and fun and I can feel that dream health is deteriorating, which I needed those wishes. So thank you guys so much for that.
Wow, this is crazy. Now this is really crazy that you would wish ill.
Well, the thing is, between the two of us, if one of us is going to be sick, it might as well be you because you like enjoy it because something's wrong with you. And I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah. But all that is to say, the same thing happened with Josiah. I'm sure you all know the story. He was on tour, he was laying on the floor and he got up and went to pee at the urinal inside of a gas station, and he like pissed the most piss he ever pissed in his life, and then walked out of the bathroom and fell into a chip rack and flung chips everywhere. And Lucas was like, "Oh, this is like too far, Josiah. Like, this isn't funny." And Josiah was just like literally fully unconscious on the ground, and like he immediately hit up his doctor or a doctor and was like, "Yo, like what just happened to me?" And they said it's a vasovagal episode. So I self-diagnosed, and I think that's what happened to me. But they're so common. They're normal. They're normal.
You need to take that like, you need from you so that if you're really about diagnosis, we need to see you go to a fucking public library and go start picking up books and start like diagnosing stuff like that because it's too easy on its own.
Go look it up.
Well, I need to paint. I need to paint like a fun way. Like, I need to be getting crazy news, and there could just happen to be like a gorgeous bed with fluffy duvets and pillows and stuff. I mean, I like paint and I like call like this. Like, that's what I do. I don't live there when I'm sleeping, so I can only assume that when I'm knocked out, I do like a nice mouth breathing like mess. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe I need to knock out.
No, standing up too fast, I've decided, is a blessing, and I love it because it feels so good. It's like I get like high like 3 times a day.
No, I think you need like iron and nutrients so that stops.
Like, why would you ever say that?
Okay, well, should we get into media?
Media of the week. I haven't been singing. Drew and Inya's media. Drew and Inya's media.
So did you just make that up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Thank you.
My media of the week is...
I love it. Playboy Cardi, Camila Cabello.
Oh, I love it.
Charlie Sarge. And then, oh, did I think about this fucking playlist? Oh, hell no. I love Always on My Mind. Touch Up Words. Oh, y'all. I've been listening to so much Brazilian funk. It's like actually becoming like my favorite genre of music of all time. Like I love Brazilian funk music. And our friend Violet made me a playlist on SoundCloud like a few years ago, and I revisited it. Y'all, it's goated with the stuff. Also, Numbness, Mac Miller, and Lana Del Rey. Deep Cut is on
Written in the stars.
SoundCloud.
Taking it
I've never heard that.
Mindless.
Well, mine is When I See Scissors, I Can't Help But Think of You by the Dead Texan. Oh, Louisiana by Chuck Berry, which is a song that Beyonce sampled in one of the like interlude songs. I Want Your Love by Pink.
I want your stupid love. I want your stupid love.
Remember, health comes first.
Leaves that are green, finally got blue, and sympathy for the devil, the Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones.
Oh, and Get It Right by Miley Cyrus. That song is so fucking good. Like, every year I have this moment where I'm like, you know what I need to do? I need to re-listen to Bangers. And I had that moment the other day, and like, there were like those two songs on Bangers that I would always kind of go back to that were kind of just like more fun, nostalgic.
Follow my forward, and away we go, and away we go, and away we go.
Oh my god.
So good. Get It Right though.
You know what another good one is You're so fun. Yeah. What is it? But yeah, that Miley song I had noticed she listening to it a lot more recently. If you scroll down deep on my IG, I posted a picture of my playlist and it was all like MIA and Miley Cyrus bangers, and I thought I fucking ate, and like honestly I did. And it's the truth.
But that's it. And then I saw Poor Things.
Oh, you saw it? Was it not a live it was?
You know what? I think I had the same problem I have when I hear people talking about a movie too much. I really liked it, but I have my regrets about it, which I won't get into. But it was a good movie. I liked the movie. There were parts of it where I was like, okay, a man should make this, yes. A man was trying to be a feminist. I see. Which, whatever, it was like a really good movie. Love the things to see the weirdness of it. But, you know, there's something to be said about men making feminism movies, and the thing to be said is, no!
Let me scribe.
Don't.
Don't play this, you know, and but I need to start dressing like in that movie. I need my hair to be that long. Thinking of just getting extremely long extensions, but because my hair is already like curly, I think it'll be a nightmare, and it's already curly.
Y'all, I just got a fucking email, and I've told this story a bunch, and someone from the story just emailed me saying that they, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it was Foam and Glow, the rave concert in Texas that I went to, like, obliterated. I remember turning around while a lyric was being passed around, and lo and behold, there you were, baby face, with your little rave glasses on, or with your little glasses on. Damn, that's so fucking funny. Wait, someone said Waka Flocka Flame. Yeah, well, Waka Flocka Flame was at that concert.
Oh, okay. You have such a brother where you just say things, because that was the great. Oh my god, someone said Waka Flocka Flame.
Yeah, what's up?
He's acting like his fucking brains or something at that fucking house, but she's all alone.
Awesome.
Illusion shattered. One with wind and cloud. Into the wind. Teamwork is dreamwork. Disappear.
Well,
April Fool's just a regular ass day for me. I've stayed longer.
oh, were you doing Josiah?
Yeah, Drew Psyop, I'm reading emails. That one was from Sydney. This is from Amari. 20 blind people got crazy
Smoking fucking weed and listening to fucking music.
Show the picture.
And I laughed so hard at that because the moment I was like, my fucking is so fucking good. I just went and I was listening to fucking music. So smoking fucking weed and listening to fucking music is a fucking vibe.
Animal hypostasis simulation. Absorption test. Stand clear. Witness power.
Wait, what?
I
thought you said glow energy. Okay.
test 6308.
Yes, that would be super fucking lame. Okay, why don't tornadoes ever hit things? Blow some meat up that motherfucker. Y'all, I was flying in, a tornado, a supercell that hit my hometown produced a tornado that came over, so I'm expecting to buy my tornado fantasy positively. I'm so glad the music at the club is loud as fuck, because I've been partying in there. This is like me in the time together for the first time. I kind of like people who comment on it. I don't care if I just met you 30 minutes ago. Tell me why your mom lost custody of you. I'm curious.
That's literally my mom. It is very much this is tea.
Yeah,
like your life is my tea.
It's like about.
Fill my cup up.
Those were from Amy. Let's just search the email. What else do I have here?
Now you shall perish.
Why should I jump like that?
It says you wild as fuck if you do keep with your code on. Ash says, "Girl, shut the fuck up about radio songs. Why don't you go zop this BS?" Girl, shut. Is that a zop for you? Yeah, zop that. Life is simpler when you're not showing. As soon as you start showing and shit.
It's okay, we have like 2 bangers.
Yeah, we had a couple. Shout out, Ash. Alright, peace out, y'all.
What's crazy? No.
Unexpected outcome. Animal test 6308. Brain cutter.
Oh my gosh, who is this gorgeous couple with us?
Hey guys, my name is Lovely.
Okay, so the reason why we dress like this is because we have to touch.
Yeah, and we're so thankful. Like everybody wants to bring it back, and y'all are 2.16 right now with the dog show wants to come, but we are expecting.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
it's like the girl with her bag stepping into the
All of our too short.
Too short. The vibe for some reason.
I don't know. Yeah, it was a. I mean, I think we should actually just act like it actually is 2017 right now. So right now the vibe is.
There is no.
You want like a little bit of like less. So we can do that like
I feel like also weirdly, like I used to wear powder milk.
I was never on that.
Because I had like a bunch of bands and stuff, and I was like, but that's also before I had like a really awful tattoo on my leg that I now like to cover. So maybe that was like a thing. Skin is
Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal.
The thing is, like, we were like the progression of like your ass went to art school. I was like never gonna go to school.
And I'm doing that.
Absolutely. We're like easier on messing up like round.
Like, that's what I could think about is I was like, this feels so many.
Yeah.
And even like, I'm sure no one will notice, but I did a lip combo that I used to do all the time, and I was like, and I did a little bit of eyeliner. I was like, damn.
No, we noticed.
Yeah. Wait, where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from Greenwich. It's like 2 hours here.
Okay, I feel like, what is this? Like, an hour. So, Somewhere from Austin.
Okay, because I low-key knew that, because I was obsessed. Yeah. I was literally obsessed with the YouTube videos when we were like making videos back then. Like, it was literally everything. And then when I found out you had accepted me to UCLA, it was as big as a moment for me as it was for you. And I was so
And then
sick.
you got in too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, we were like texting all about that shit. Yeah, I never went.
Yeah, when I was trying to put college and stuff at the same time.
When you got into Harvard, I remember
Harvard and Yale were battling.
You're staying 4 years.
Yeah, that's why I have that one.
Yeah,
I remember.
It's so crazy that y'all were like supposed to like be educated and then just decided not to. But I decided not to before jumping in. So it really shows stand in like finishing our responsibilities. I just never took it out from you guys. Did you actually finish school?
No. No, I went to UCLA for 3 months. And then, yeah, alumnus. No, I went for 3 months. Within the first week, I dropped 2 of my 3 classes, and I only made it through 1 communications class. The music was knocking on the door. Also not musically educated. I don't.
Well, you make good music. So like, are you technically a notable?
No, I don't. If you don't, I
have no idea. But I remember in my high school, I had every single person that followed me at the time when I graduated, like from their wiki page and try to get me to be their notable alumni, and they were so evil. No, I know they were. I was like, just give me a notable alumni like credit or something. Meanwhile, I had like 30 followers, like they're giving nothing, but I had them like all go there and like edit the shit out of the high school like wiki page, and it like they destroyed it. Like for like a week, it was like.
I don't think you're gonna make it now because you're literally harassed.
Yeah, they changed the school colors.
Has to go back in and figure out how the fuck to code.
They literally changed the school colors to like piss yellow and shit. Like they were like, yeah, literally for me. And I was like actually so out of it. Yeah, I was honored, but
I don't think I'm any kind of alumni from my school.
your YouTube vlogs.
I'm so unnotable. Like honestly, I'm so unnotable.
That's not true.
I was watching those videos. I was like, Fleur, you go get that education. I will not be. Yeah.
I was so, but like no matter how much I achieve in life, I'll never be more notable than like our high school quarterback, Bo Corrales. Bo Corrales, if you're out there, you're the most important bitch. Like, you are that bitch. You are that bitch. Like no matter what I do, I will not matter.
I guess like who is the notable alumni from UCLA? Like I feel like
there's a million.
Them 3 sisters. Heim.
Dude.
I think 2 of them went to Georgetown, UCLA.
Notable alumni.
The guy who wrote Fahrenheit
420 smoke. Wait.
451. 451.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the goats in basketball.
Okay, I don't know that.
Russell Westbrook.
Are you only naming
basketball players? Yeah.
Does this sometimes?
Yeah.
Like it's his weird obsession.
Oh,
He got the Apple Vision Pro and he doesn't use it unless it is to a And sometimes I'll be sitting on the couch and he'll come out with it and he'll just stand there and like,
yeah, I can't stop coming. I can't stop coming.
Just like stand like this and be like, I have something to say to you. I feel like you were the weirdest person ever.
With my fake Birkin in my hand.
The whole battery. Well, I have to confront you. I think you may be a
Oh.
Yeah, you thought I wouldn't see that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. My legs are spread wide open. And I just like...
Anyone can get it.
Anyone can get it.
Wow, okay.
Anyone can get it.
Honestly, kudos to you for taking it.
Owning that.
I mean,
owning that.
took it.
Oh.
Wow.
If it makes you up to everybody go into that.
Let's go.
You get to get the remnant.
Let's go. So you ran through.
Contract the most FTE.
Yeah, we're getting leftovers. Fuck.
This is actually today is the last, like it's been putting out a film.
I know. Oh.
Everybody stand back! Fire! Well, with rock. Watch out!
What are you doing? Oh, sorry. How are you? Good. Why haven't they? Yeah, it's much nicer to do. Yeah, much nicer. Yeah, I know. I'm fucking late. So busy. Oh, hello, Nilou. Oh, shut up. You're sitting there watching the bloody TV. You're not poor, are you? What's up? Oh, it's almost dinner time, isn't it? Not quite yet, though, is it? Not quite yet. You've been a good boy, haven't you? Oh, what have you been doing? You've been playing with Oliver. You're playing games with Oliver. Is that what you're doing? You are, aren't you?
Shine down! Eternal Oasis!
Let's nip that in the bud.
Bloom as the flowers in Durabad! Inazuma shines eternal! Bound as one like a 99! Removal! I'm going in! Let's light it fire!
Well, we're coming at ya.
Filthy outsider!
This one's got your name on it. This one's got your name on it.
Goodbye. But we'll meet again.
All my strength. Share my knowledge. Committed. Let me scribe.
Seems like an emergency.
The doctor. Written in the stars.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Shadows of fate. Here. This way, Nilou. I see everything.
Power of flame compels.
The doctor. The Temple of Wisdom. Devil. Fate is upon you. Dance with the waves.
Remember, health comes first.
Let me scrub. Hey, make yourselves a home.
This is nothing.
Written in the stars. Delve into destiny with all my strength.
Mindless side effect.
This way, Nilou. This dance is for you. Grow, grow, grow. The Temple of Wisdom.
Seems like an emergency.
The doctor. Here. Decided by destiny.
I'll uproot you!
Yeah, teamwork is torn to oblivion. Fire! Well, with rocks. Watch out!
Time to pull some weeds. And shroud! Let's nip that in the bud. Keep up.
I'm going in! There is no escape! Watch out! Inazuma shines eternal! A proper send-off from the sea. Everybody stand! Coming at ya! Umbrella force?
Oof.
All my strength!
Let me try.
Shadows of fate!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Make yourselves a move! Written in the stars!
Taking a turn for the better.
Attack! Shine down!
Can't see.
Yeah! I'm going in! Umbrella warfare, I guess! Umbrella warfare, I guess!
One with the forest. I'll uproot you! Keep up.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Fire! Well, everybody stand back! Watch out! Ha! This one's got your name on it! Aha! Hey there! Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! A proper your send-off from Messina with love. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Here.
Let me try.
This may turn a
bitter pill to swallow.
Sharing my knowledge. Decided by destiny. All eyes on me. The doctor will speak. Make yourself a move. Leave my space. Delve into destiny.
Brother, why is the island have like
I really want to go traveling. I don't mind where we go, as long as I have my friends with me.
Illusion shattered! And shroud!
I'm going in! Attack! That's the way. Feeling lucky? Hiya! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Hiya!
Let's nip that in the bud.
There is no...
I'm gonna flop.
Illusion shattered! One with the force.
Everybody stand!
I hear everything.
Attack! Hey there! This one's got your name on it!
Shine down! And shroud!
Feeling lucky? Hiya!
Let's light it up! Illusion shattered! Let's nip that in the flowers have...
No,
Shine down! One with the force.
Teamwork is strict!
Now you shall perish! Illusion shot!
Feeling lucky? Hey there! Where'd that come from? Feeling lucky? Hiya! Everybody stand back!
Let shine down! Can't see? I'll uproot you! Keep up!
Torn to oblivion! Attack! That's the way. Umbrella warfare, I guess.
We go!
everything!
There is no escape! Teamwork is dreamwork! Watch out! Inazuma shines eternal!
One with the forest.
What do you reckon on your bargain bucket? £10.50 shorts and all. Yeah. Oh, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Especially this game. You're doing like a challenge, where if it's by time, you just have to kill stuff.
Let me try.
A minute to memory.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Fate is upon you. Sharing my knowledge. Ridiculous. Dance with the waves.
Remember, health comes first.
Everyone hold hands. With all my strength. Shadows of fate, written in the stars. Make yourselves at home. Let me scrap.
Mind the side effects.
Fate is upon you. Here. I see everything. Delve into
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
the Temple of Wisdom. This dance is for you. Written in the stars. Shadows of positions.
You can have
those. Yeah.
No, I've seen it.
You know about those, Oliver? You can do that too. 18th of July.
Decided by destiny.
You can have one. Yeah, you can take them never.
No, I've got one of those.
With all my strength.
A bitter pill to swallow.
This may for you. Dance with the waves.
Mind the side effects.
Hey there!
Shine down and shroud. I'll uproot you. I've not finished my re-
They're my favorite. They're my favorite. Fantastic. Good.
Can't see?
Illusion shattered. is no escape. Hey there! Let's light it up!
Can't see? I hear everything.
Illusion shattered.
Dust.
Like, you have cancer, AIDS.
Oh, I saw.
Oh,
I
yeah?
saw and I heard. Oh, I'm the 80s queen.
We're obsessed with the 80s.
I know. So I'm like, this was made for me.
Yeah.
Me when I had a conversation with you like 2 weeks before it drops, I was already done and and I'm like,
Wow.
But it's like, I mean, we were talking. It's kind of like a delusion thing with the 80s right now, because like I'm so afraid of existing in reality right now, because it's so.
overwhelming.
So scary. There's so much. Yeah. Whereas the 80s, there was so much, but now it's kind of.
In the 80s, we had a like bowling phase from Hairspray. Don't know about that? Yeah. What is it? Aquajet? Aquanet. There's something about that. Aquanet, yeah. They like were so bad at
Everybody stand back!
Let's nip that in the bud.
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
One with the force. Keep up.
Let's light it up! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Enshroud!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
I hear everything.
Coming at ya! A proper send-off from the Cena with love. Ha! Ha-ha! Cha! Ha-ha! Ah! Hiya! Umbrella warfare, I guess. Hiya!
Let's light it up! There is no escape!
Let's nip that in the bud.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Okay, HP full is not good.
Here! Fate is upon you! Delves into...
Share my knowledge.
Let's move. It's ossified. No escape. You need to hurry up.
Let me scrub!
Remember, health comes first.
Everyone hold hands.
This one's well done.
Decided by destiny!
Unfortunate fault.
Grow. The Temple of Wisdom. With all my strength.
Seems like an emergency.
This dance is for you!
Hey!
Delves into...
A bitter pill to swallow.
Fate is upon you! Here!
Share my knowledge.
Mind the side effect.
I see everything. Everyone hold hands. Positions. This way, Trailer. The Temple of Wisdom.
Destiny cannot be denied.
With the waves. Committed to memory.
Taking a turn for the better.
Grow. Sharing my knowledge.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Here. Overhead. Hey.
Mind the side effects.
Committed to memory. The Temple of Wisdom.
That's because I was like hair and nap.
That's it. That's it. But how was the process of visiting? Wait, did I just sound like an interviewer? Like that was giving interview. That was giving interview.
The validity of this podcast just dropped.
was
The
correct.
stocks just dropped. Yeah. I say stupid. It was funny. It was like, it was actually so, it was like so fun for like 3 months, and I was like, this guy's so amazing. And then it was just like, gut wrenching. It's just gut wrenching afterwards. I got so sick. Someone gave me an illness, like an illness, and I got so sick for like 7 months.
Whoa.
It was crazy. And then I had to get my tonsils taken out.
Oh, and doing that as an adult is like scary.
It's crazy. Like they were like, oh, it's enough for 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah. Also, as a kid, yeah. Yeah, and then also like I had to talk to my friends to do it, and they were like, yeah, whatever, like, the next thing, like, I didn't want to eat anything. It hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So that was it. Really, all I remember was just like being on drugs when I was getting better from my surgery, and that's it.
That's about
Studio sessions during
I had to. So like half the songs I'm like croaking out.
You're sick.
It was like, oh, it was so dark. I'm like actually so glad it's out. But thank you.
I wouldn't have guessed you were passing away in the group.
I was passing away, and I was just like I was so sad. But of course, like anytime I'm sad, it's just make fun music, like this. Try to do So yeah, but I'm glad it's over. What are y'all been up to?
Whoa.
It's giving like stop that.
Oh wow, nothing. I don't do anything with my life. That's been a while. I feel like we've been the busiest we've been in so long.
Well, the eclipse. That's what we've been doing. The eclipse. Yeah, I flew back to my hometown. My hometown was in the path of totality, and I literally could not miss it. And for like a week before, it was 100% cloud coverage, and I was like, oh, girl. I like flew in for like nothing. It's like, it was so... I said that several times to them, and I was like, and that's me, I'm me.
The bomb office, it wouldn't matter.
Shadows of a bitter purpose.
And then full cloud coverage, I was like, that's the thing that's lighting up the highly thought and 2017, no, literally, it was crazy. I literally, like, you know how, like, I've been, like, knocking on wood all the time. It's like, actually, I think I have, like, callous knuckles from knocking on wood. It's, like, becoming a hospital problem.
Drew started this, and, like, you can't tell me something because it will get in my head, and I will also believe it, and he kept doing it in front of me, and every time he said something bad, also, the bad thing isn't even, like, a bad thing. I'll just be like, oh, hopefully I don't wake up late tonight. We'll knock on wood, and now we both do it, and it is so bad, and we are crazy people. But
we are giving it to each other.
Exactly. But giving it to each other is over and over and over. But yeah, so they have full cloud coverage. I was like, oh, like this sucks, but I was still like holding a little bit of faith, hope, one would say. Yeah. The Texas came on, and then the clouds broke like 30 minutes before, and then the entire time the sun was like, or the moon was eclipsing the sun, it was no clouds at all, and then the clouds came in right after totality. It was like made for me. It was made for me.
it's insane to hear you describe that moment, and you're like, this is the thing in one of the only videos of him
Sharing my knowledge.
Oh yeah. Well,
Remember, health comes first.
With all my strength.
and how did you start?
Fate is upon you.
so it's a classic of him just like that's so fucking stupid, and then I'm
Probably like 4 times, like angry.
Dance with the waves.
Like a killer in this fucking helmet.
Jason.
And then Drew was like, you still shouldn't do that. Like, that's not good for your eyes. And then I walked out crying and I was like, wow, okay. But this is so sad. And then I pulled over, and the nerdiest couple I've ever met, who was such a tea, and
They had an Apex Twin shirt on.
with an Apex
Made for me.
one of them does like this small festival in Brooklyn, and I walked out of the car and I was just like looking around and like I'm too embarrassing to think to ask for anything because then I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I drove up here 6 fucking hours without a license, I'm stupid. Yeah, so I was just like looking around and they were like, do you have
That's my family's nickname to me.
and I was like, no, I don't. And they were like, oh, we have 5 extra, we can give you one. And they gave me glasses, and I literally shed a tear, and then I drove out into the middle of a random field and met a really cute little family, and then walked away from them because I was like, I don't know y'all's vibe and your energy, and I don't want it getting all over me right now. So I walked in the middle of this field and lay down, and I saw it. And it was so amazing.
Taking a turn for the better. I don't know the swap.
You deserve enough to. Reddit terminology like Gaga upload. Yeah, I do know what that is. Of course. There's like an upvote on Reddit, but they call it the upvote.
I thought you were making it like referential to yourself somehow. Like, yeah, keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
I thought it was sexy. Okay. And you're sexy. Thank you. But yeah, I had a whole bit on it, but I couldn't find the bandages, but I was gonna walk in with my eyes wrapped with like blood coming from my eyes, and like I was staring at the sun, and my eyes were bleeding.
Okay, you know what was fucked up actually? I was like, damn, I am not a smart person by any means, and I would never survive in the wild, because I knew not to look up at the sun, but every time I was going to look up at it, instead of putting the glasses on and looking up, I would look straight into the sun and then put the glasses on. And by the end of the day, my eyes were so itchy, and I was genuinely convinced I was gonna go to sleep and wake up with no sight.
I swear my eyes literally have like that. I'm not even exaggerating. Like I literally think.
Yo, what time am I blind?
Wait, what?
Hold on, wait, segue.
Okay. Yeah.
So my freshman year at UCLA, in the first month that I moved, I was like just doing my classes like. And being a good student, being educated, being an teacher alone.
Mind beside
I
it.
was like,
Written in the
I
stars.
started to notice like a black
Delving
spot.
into all eyes
Like
on
a
me.
pure in my side of vision. I was like, look around, like it would like move as I like looked around. And it kind of like started getting larger and larger. Oh my god! Like filling this like my vision over the next years. I was like, I have to get this checked out. Something is wrong.
How quickly was that?
It's like 3-4 days.
Okay, because I was gonna say if you waited like weeks with the black dot in your eye, yeah, like 3 to 4 days.
I was good. I show up to like UCLA like
I see everything.
and they're like, I'm like, they're like, you have to be prepared for anything, but like, you probably have a brain tumor. I was like,
They're like students.
Fuck, just walk back and forth and see what happens.
And I was like, we're gonna have to wear an eye patch on stage. Like, what am I gonna do? And obviously, that maybe not look good. And I was like, I don't know. But then we did more and more tests, so many tests, putting things in my veins and like recording like the like fluorescence in my veins. It was this crazy thing. And then finally I was like, guys, I feel like it's in my eyeball. Like I don't have a tumor behind my brain. Like I swear like there's something wrong with my eyeball. It's in the ball. And then they were like, okay, whatever. So then I go to like another specialist and they're like, it's so interesting. So essentially she was like, why like have you been like super stressed out lately? I was like,
yeah.
Like I like just moved from Texas, so so to school, like I was like
The most stressful thing you can do to like your adolescence.
so scary. Also, like when you're that age, you're like weirdly fearless. Like whatever, like. And then I look back.
I was just saying to someone the other day, like I think about when I let Drew drive like 110 miles an hour with me in the car down like an empty road in Texas. And at the time I was like, we are so free. And now if he did that, I'd be like, did you have 2 souls in the fucking world?
Pull up. Hey guys, I'm gonna take a quick sec just for you. We're playing happy with it here. You for the death off.
I've tried it. I don't know. It's hard to make it over.
It's different, Lara. Get it under control.
But like, so like, yeah, I guess it's like, like sometimes what happens when people are really stressed out is this layer of your eye called the sclera, and I exploded it with my mind. I literally exploded it with my brain.
Okay, be honest. You were in your fucking room trying to do shit with your brain. And you're like, what I'm doing.
And then yeah, it was like blocked my side of vision, so it's swollen. And then all they had to do to fix it, I just was on like shit tons of ibuprofen, and then I was fine.
Damn. So were they like kid nurses in the UCLA Medical Center, or was it like a proper?
No, like the whole like UCLA Medical Center is like very, very prestigious because all
literally
they had
They're like, you have a drink? And they're like, okay, let's think. Let's be going to this.
45.
Yeah! Shadows of fate! Fate is upon me!
I didn't know this was mine, so I think
Wait, you playing
Looks like I went too far.
First.
Oh, we like kind of like.
We're our timeline.
Yeah, very distinct.
But we did not.
I know it was crazy. Like we knew each other, but we like didn't. But we did go to one of your concerts. I don't remember which one it was.
It was at the Wiltern.
No, it wasn't
What's
Wiltern.
it called? No, it's right here. What is that called?
Was it the roof?
No.
It was pretty big. I was like, like.
It's like
something's
it's
got
like
noise.
different. Because I remember when I went, I was like, damn, okay. Like my dumb ass, I was like, wait, did he decorate the food or something? Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah, that was like the first time like hanging, not even hanging out, but like making connections outside of the internet.
Not true.
Really? Oh my!
I hate that.
That is great.
No, I'm actually
Was it like a
shivering
hotel?
right now.
Wait, was it?
Yes, it was definitely in the hotel lobby for sure. For sure.
You know what's really fucked up is I was so drunk at all those things that I don't have a memory of that.
I remember it so clearly. It was.
Dude, Big was crazy as fuck.
Oh, no way. But what year was that? All I remember.
I was probably dressed like this.
All I remember from that year is that was the year that I had like really bad psychosis induced by an edible after that. And I think that's why my memory is lost because I don't remember anything from the day other than by the end of the day shaking in bed with four of my friends looking over me and I was like, what is my name? What is my name? What is my name?
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, and I made some really crazy accusations while I was like in psychosis. Like all of my years, I was convinced they happened, and I was sitting there like, thank God no one actually went out and like, you did it, because I was making some really crazy accusations, and then I think someone was saying, okay, so we saw you at midnight.
Yeah, bad man.
Then we went and saw you at midnight.
That's a good.
We were really good on
Also, like, I think we probably know of each other and just live out for a good
more recently, I was telling somebody, I was like, oh yeah, my dad and my phone, and they were like, this friend is coming. I was like, yeah, I've known for like a long time. And we were children. And then they were like, oh, like, you guys like, yeah, but like, I just I don't want to bear on that. But I feel like all of us have the same bond that we just have with so many other people on the internet where it's like, I know you. It's literally like going to school and not for like, but I know you. I know you.
And then there's so many like errors in that some people
just like chosen a normal life on the internet, like,
like they like happy married, like
I know, we're so
literally believe it as a baby, and it's literally like my child. Like, it's so crazy. You watch it, that's a vibe. That's a vibe.
Watching.
Yeah, but fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, I feel like we're all like a little traumatized growing up young. Yeah.
It's so scary. I also don't know why, like, we were allowed to just, we were, like, totally right.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
It is so insane too because my parents growing up were so strict with me, but for some reason, the thing they let me do was completely publicize my day-to-day life on the show, which is such a random thing to be like, okay, that's what you do. Like, you can go out with your friends after the time. That's crazy. I've been on like online talking to strangers and that's
God, and like talking like people who should probably be in jail.
Oh,
Yes.
so wow.
Well,
And also, like, growing up in that era, it was just like it was such a lawless land, the internet, and nobody really questioned anything, and everything felt normal. And also, like, it was always justified because of Tumblr and everything.
It's so scary.
You made it out. Look at the smile. We're in our kitchen. We get some. Look at us now.
We're literally we're wearing clothes from our But it was such a convenient time. I was actually thinking about that the other day because I feel like all of us kind of had a similar experience, or maybe just myself right now. Thinking about how still sometimes when I see like whether it be artists or influencers or like content, whatever the fuck, when I see somebody, I can, if I like what they do, my brain is like, I love it. Like, I'm obsessed with you. You are so awesome. And I think it's from growing up in that like era of like stan culture, and at least that was like my intro to the internet. And then I feel like so many people now almost make fun of stan culture when back then it was so accepted. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah.
Well, it's just like a different type of obsession now.
True. I guess also because now, even when we were all making content and posting, there was a layer that we separated, if that makes sense.
There was more separation for
Yeah.
sure. Like, I didn't even realize that people, like, I mean, I had no perception whatsoever that like, people were actually watching the videos until, like, I graduated high school and like, moved and went to school, and I was like, why are all these people? Like, I didn't understand.
That is so crazy because we all do come from smaller towns. Like Miami is not a small town by any means.
One of the smallest towns. You're from the smallest town in America, actually.
Where I was like growing up, the neighborhood I was in, nobody gave a fuck about it. Like nobody. I think about it all the time, and I think about it recently because I had vines where like I would be standing on the table with all of my classmates in it and just be like screaming and then get down from the table and move on and upload it and like move on with my day.
Yeah.
Not once was someone like, hey, I was in that video, can you take it the fuck down? Like they had no perception that that was going on to the internet, and now everybody is so aware of the internet that it's a completely different thing. I feel like if I was in high school now, the algorithm would push me onto my friends' timelines and they'd be like, what?
Like, yeah.
Did you go to Coachella?
I did just for 3 hours because my friend Olivia was played with No Doubt.
Oh,
And it was awesome. But it was, I mean, Coachella in general, dusty. It's just a lot. I mean, I'm not a festival goer. Are you guys festival?
No. And that's what I've realized because I used to be a top tier Coachella hater, and then I was like, oh, I think I'm just bitter and I don't like that. Wow, okay, cool. And I just don't think it's